Hello and welcome back to another drum wargaming video. Today we're going to do it a little different. As you can tell, I sound pretty terrible. Been fighting a cold for like 2 weeks, well, COVID and a cold or whatever. So not been super great. So I'm kind of running out of videos on the channel that I've had backlogged. So this is going to kind of be like like an announcement of what we're doing this year and where I hope to go. And then, just kind of saying that, bear with me for maybe a couple weeks while I get some videos filmed because I need to be well again to be able to paint again. Um, but yeah, so like, the last couple years has been pretty good. Like we've been putting out lots of videos. We've been changing up our thumbnail styles. I hope you're liking them. And we've got 361 subscribers, which is pretty cool, and 203 videos for 3 years of doing this. I think every Wednesday. So like, yeah, we're doing pretty good. So this year I had a couple plans to finish some armies that I have. It's basically my pile of shame, I guess. Well, not pile of shame. It's because I'm creating a new pile. But um, so the first project we're going to be doing this year is an Imperial Guard project, and I've been thinking about this project for a while, and I'm excited to get it done now that parts are more readily available. And what I'm gonna do is I want to do like a whole Kasarkin army. Excuse me. So what that means is that our main troops, of course, are going to be the Kasarkin, and then the rest of everything else is going to be kind of kit bashed or modified or just painted to look kind of like the paint scheme that they use. We've already done one of them on this channel before. There's been some changes which I'll show you. Um, but I think that's a cool idea. I think it's a good test of kind of where we're at, and I think it's just gonna look cool, and I'm gonna like it. Like I just like the humanity aspect of the Imperial Guard of them just being just regular guys, but these are kind of like the special forces version of them. And I think the list is a little fun too, which I'll get into with you guys right now. So right now it's a 2,000 point army, and we have 4 characters. We have a commissar, we have a primaris psyker, a regimental engine seer, a tank commander, and then obviously Lord Solar, Leontis. I don't know how to say his name. So all these guys are going to be converted to be Kassakin in some sort of way, and I've already done that, which I'll go ahead and I'll put those in here. I'll start showing you after this, um, after I go through the list, and we'll go through all those guys and what they look like. For dedicated transports, because I want it to be pretty mechanized, I'm going to have 3 chimeras, each to transport all of the troops, right? All of our Kassakin to places and from places. Those guys are going to have the heavy bolters and the heavy stelvers and the hunter killer missiles, which I also found out that the hunter killer missiles and the stubbers aren't included in the kits anymore, which is kind of crazy. So I'll have to do some customization around that, which I do have Imperial Knight stuff, which could work. But yeah, I was a little disappointed. We're also using 3 squads of 3 armored sentinels for the Kassakin. It's kind of like we're going for like more of like a scout kind of quick reaction force kind of deal. They're not really the scout sentinels because they're armored, but they're gonna have they're gonna have 2 las cannons in the group and 1 autocannon in the group, as long, also with the close combat weapons and the chainsaw, of course. They're cool. I love the sentinels. I love how they look. There was no way I wasn't gonna not use them in this army. A basilisk I really wanted. I wanted some artillery, some coverage for my troops as they move forward. Something to kind of threat the whole board and just be fun. I've never used a basilisk before. We have the 3 units of Kasserkin. The sergeant's going to have a plasma pistol and a power weapon. And then there's going to be 4 hotshot las guns, 1 hotshot marksman rifle, 2 hotshot volley guns, and 2 plasma guns, and a voxcaster in all the groups. The hotshot volley gun just puts out a lot. I think it's a better choice for me than the Meltas. I don't really want the melta bombs. I kind of want to keep it kind of thematic, and I have a lot of other stuff that can threat vehicles, so I think it's okay. We're also going to have a Rogel Dorn because that model's cool, and why would I not have that? And that's just going to have, the heavy stubber, well, 3 heavy stubbers, two multi melters, and a presser cannon and a pulverizer cannon. I don't know if the list is going to be competitive, but it's going to be fun, and it's kind of what I really wanted to be doing for a while. So on to like the conversions and stuff. Let's start with our commissar. So you've seen this guy before on the channel. There have been some changes since then. I think the head is new um, to the model, and I changed the hotshot las pistol to just a plasma pistol, but I kept the hotshot body and just glued the plasma body over the top of it. I think it's cool. It makes it look more like a relic, more of a kind of cool, um, you know, standout for him versus the other plasma cannons that'll be in the army. This is going to be the paint scheme. It's going to be the standard um, Kassakin paint scheme, and that's going to be on everything. This guy is painted. He's the only one that is painted right now because, like I said, we did him on the channel. I've just changed him a little bit, like the head. We did the Kassakin a while ago. So then after that, we have our Psyker, and here's our Psyker right now. So what I've done is I've changed the head to the Kassakin head with the gas mask hanging off of it, so he can still like cast his spells, and he also has a backpack on him. I did try to change the arm to like a different arm, but it just wasn't working. Like with how the monopose model is, I think it still looks cool. I did kind of the arm is a little bit more straighter than it was before, so he's kind of more front facing versus kind of side facing. And it was a female body, so that made the Kassakin pieces a little bit too big to be putting on it. Um, so I think it looks good still though. I think it still gets the point across. I think with the backpack and the mask and everything, the gas mask, and then how we paint everything is gonna sell him more as a Primaris Psyker for us. Um, then we have the regimental engine seer. There wasn't a lot that I could do with this guy because it is a tech marine. I didn't really know kind of what direction to go. I did end up switching the head to the Primaris Librarian, Phobos Librarian, I think, head because it does have like that gas mask on it, and it does have a hood still, and it does have more of a human face. Um, I was thinking about changing the backpack too, but I think that would just be too much. I think leaving him kind of basic as still part of the tech priests, like faction and stuff like that, or the Adeptus Mechanicus, I think it's fine. And like again, the paint will sell it more. And I already painted this head like on another model. It was on another model, but I just ripped the head off and did it different. Now we got the tank. So we're doing it's a demolisher tank with 2 multi meltas, and it's gonna have has the hell the hot shot the miss what's it called the missile. I forget what it's called off the top of my head right now because I'm still sick. Death strike missile, whatever. And it does have a stubber from an Imperial Knight. And then also what I've done to this model is they used to have these old Apocalypse vehicle upgrade sprues, and this one is like for the Imperial Guard. It was like to denote who your commander was in like a big tank column. And what this is doing is it's Hunter Killer Missile, by the way. What this is doing is just it's like a big, the Imperial Eagle with like kind of satellite deal so that he can command his troops more. The the missile is made out of the heavy weapons sprue. I'm using the missile launchers from there. I have a better picture here, so we get more into the turret so you can see the commander himself. So here's the radar dish kind of thing that we were talking about. And then here's the missile launcher. The stubber wasn't on this when I took this picture, but it's like right here now. And he's got the Kassakin body with the backpack, and he's got the Auspex scanner, and he's pointing off. He's still got the tank commander head 'cause I think that's a good head for him. I don't think I should have put the backpack on, like, thinking back on it, because like getting it out of the tank and stuff. But I still think it's cool. I think he fits really nicely here, and he's going to be cool. And then lastly, we have Lord Solar. So what we've done with this guy is obviously we've changed the chest piece to the Kasserkin armor, right? We've also cut the helmet out and fit the gas mask head into the helmet as well. We left the back piece, and this is just a front piece on here so that we can still have the cape. I didn't want to change the sword because it was like a named sword. Um, so this is kind of all we've done to him, but I think it does sell it. And the horse is going to be like green and stuff. It's not going to be really like regal. It's going to be more like Kasserkin. Um, so yeah, this is like the main bit of the conversions that I've done so far. And we'll start painting them on the channel, of course. So they'll be on there for you to see. I mean, if you get bored of Kasserkin stuff, I might try to switch it up a little bit. But this is all I have so far because I really wanted. Well, I also have the troops, but I wanted to get the conversions on the heroes done first to make sure that it was feasible and that it looked good before I started the project. And I think we did. I think we did a good job. I think it's gonna look cool. Um, and we'll find other opportunities as we go through um, stuff with the Sentinels. We'll find other opportunities there. We'll find some opportunities with, because I'm even like playing around with the idea of using the old Sentinels from, not the old Sentinels, but like the Sentinels that are coming out for the Horus Heresy, because I really like those old school like 30K Imperial Guard Sentinels, and mixing some parts from the new Sentinels on it. That might be too expensive because that's just like, because it's one Sentinel is like $60 from the old, like the kits that are now. So it'll probably be the same for that. So it's like $120 per Sentinel that I want to make. Might not be feasible. I'm trying not to 3D print stuff. I'm trying not to use parts from other systems. I'm trying to keep it all Games Workshop, um, just because I want it to be as authentic as possible. Um, so yeah, so that's the idea for the Kasserkin army. I hope you guys are excited about it. We'll start getting started on it when we feel better, and then painting and all that kind of stuff on the channel. Um, and then I don't know if you guys would like to see more of the conversion videos. Those might be a little messy just because I'm kind of doing it on the fly. So yeah, I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. Also for this year, we're gonna finish our Beast of Chaos army, and I know we started it a while ago. All I've painted on the channel was the Dragon Ogre, Shaggoth, the Briar Shaman, like basically the leaders, and like I think one like Gore or something like that. But I want to finish that army because that is the fantasy army that I want to play, the Age of Sigmar army that I want to play. So we've got a Cygor, we've got a Gorgon. Is it a Gorgon? I think so. Whatever. We have two big giant Minotaurs. We have lots of other Minotaurs. It's just a huge, cool army that I think is gonna like hit hard and be fun. Um, and I think we've gone over that list before, but just to kind of say what we have for that, what we're going to be doing for that army is get into the Age of Sigmar app, and it is is it only the one list? There we go. Okay, so it's a Doom Bull, a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, a Great Bray Shaman, a Cygor, a Gorgon, 4 units of Bulgors, of 3. They're each of 3. The Doomblast Dirge Horn, the Herdthorn, of course, and then the Ungor Raiders. That's the list. The 10 Ungor Raiders are our ranged units in that army, and they're cool. I see a little extra range for them. Other than that, for this year, we're also going to finish our Necron army. I haven't given up on the Necrons. They're still my main. So what we've done with that, since some of the changes have come along, like the Codex came out and everything like that, we're going to be adding a Scorpek Lord to the army. So we'll be painting him on the channel. And then we've also added a whole bunch of Wraiths, as you could imagine. So we'll also be painting a Wraith on the channel to show you kind of how to paint those, as well as a Technomancer. Um, so there's not a whole lot left to do on that army, but it is something I'd like to get finished with because I don't like to leave my armies unfinished. Other than that, other miniature game wise, that's not Games Workshop specifically. I am getting a little bit heavier back into bolt action. I've been building a lot of terrain for that recently. Um, and I have some tanks and stuff to paint, but it won't be that much stuff on there. I don't know if you guys really like the historical stuff on here. Um, but it's gonna be painting a tank, so it's not like it's not transferable skills to other things. Shatterpoint, we're gonna continue pretty hard into Shatterpoint once more stuff comes out. The Bad Batch is announced for this year, so we'll definitely be grabbing those guys when they come out. Um, and then there's also I haven't purchased any of this stuff yet, but for Age of Sigmar, back onto that, we do want to do a Cities of Sigmar army eventually of all humans because, like I said, I do like the human aspect of all these games and just being just powerless humans trying to get through this hell on Earth kind of thing. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy what's coming this year and are excited for what's coming. Who knows what other miniature games might come out or be announced or anything like that too. So I'm always down to try new stuff. If you guys ever have anything that you would like me to check out, I'm more than happy to look into it and see if I'd be interested in painting that stuff as well too. But to all of you, thank you for being with us on this journey, and just bearing with me for a bit while I get over this sickness. And yeah, and we'll hit it hard this year and see what happens. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.